Hey FlossTube, welcome back to my channel. You found me at Mandy Me Stitches. This is my little corner of FlossTube, little corner of YouTube where I talk about cross stitch. And I have some quilting today. The quilt behind me. This was one that I finished just yesterday, actually. I've had the pattern for a while, and I just finally got the urge to quilt it, and I'm looking around for I have the cover sheet for the pattern. Anyways, I don't know where it went. Here it is. It's called Pumpkins by Cluck Cluck. So it came out like, well, it says copyright 2016. I haven't had it for that long, but I've had it for a couple years, and so I just was in the mood to do some fall stitching or fall sewing. So yeah, it's just the top. I haven't quilted it yet. I think I'm gonna do a pieced backing, which I've never done before, so that will be an experiment. But yeah, I think it would go okay with this quilt if I can find enough yardage in my stash fabric to piece it backing. I have enough left over of the little, like, these are 2.5-inch squares. I have enough left over of those to probably piece a pumpkin or two, so I might try that and put that in the back somehow. But yeah, I am pretty excited about this. To finally have like a finished quilt top. I haven't had one in a long time, and I'm getting back into the mood of quilting, so that's good. Otherwise, life update, there's not been a lot going on. I think it's been 2 weeks since I filmed a video, and I actually made one last week, but something happened something happened with my computer, I guess, and it didn't save it right, and so I didn't bother to refilm last weekend, and so it's Saturday, July the 24th. It's about 7 o'clock at night, so it's in the evening. And yeah, my husband was on leave the last 2 weeks, and so he's been home a lot, which has been kind of nice. Daddy's in the garage, bud. Sorry, kids. That was my 5-year-old. It's 7 o'clock at night, so he should be going to bed soon, but you know, we're kind of still in summer mode. School starts in a couple weeks, which I'm pretty excited for him. He will start kindergarten in the fall, or August 9th. So coming up. Okay. Anyways, what was I saying? It's been like 2 weeks since I've done an update. So yeah, let's just get into it, I guess. I have quite a few FFOs. And then I don't have a whole ton of WIPs because most of the stuff I worked on I actually finished. And then I was quilting a good bit, and so I thought since I don't have a whole lot to show you, I would go ahead and do like a fall WIP and kitted parade, which I just kind of threw together last minute, so we'll see how well that goes. But yeah. Okay, so let's see. Let's start with the FFOs. So I have really pretty much just abandoned Jolly July. I haven't done, I don't think I've done any Christmas stitching, to be honest. I actually did have one finish, which maybe I don't remember if I showed that to you, but it's put away now and I didn't get it out. But I finished, it was a Stitching with the Housewives, Sip of the Seasons, Rudolph and Mr. Claus, or something like that. Anyways, that's neither here nor there. That I've abandoned Jolly July almost entirely, and so I've kind of just been in the mood to do summer stuff, so that's what I've been doing. Since I saw you last, I was able to start and finish the calendar crates by Stitching with the Housewives, so I have it on this, just like they finished it, that I got from Hobby Lobby. I stitched it with a called for Fancy Floss Classic Colorworks 2/2 on, this is a 27 count Linda. I just put some sunflowers and some cotton and some, that's called eucalyptus, it's fake obviously. So that's the big one. And then this is the little one. Got some hot glue hanging off of it. I don't have anything extra yet to hang like down, so it's just gonna be this for now. But this piece is stitched on 14 count chalkboard black because it's just a scrap. And this stitched up really fast. This was like in a day, and the other one only took me a few days, so that was kind of satisfying. And then I think since I've seen you last, I stitched and finished these. So these are all Stitching with the Housewives. They're all on 14 count chalkboard black. I think with the called for or similar fancy floss. Yeah. So here's the first one. This was called Sunflowers, or Pick Your Own Sunflowers, or something like that. It was a freebie with one of the other Tier Trade Tidbits by Stitching with the Housewives. Like I said, stitched on 14 count chalkboard beta. I just finished it with a little bit of a random yellow fabric, and this like black thing is from the Dollar Tree, and I just stained it, and it sits on in my hutch. That pattern was a freebie with this one, I think, this honey jar. So much loose thread. I think it's called honey jar. I just finished it as like a stand-up. It's not the best thing, not the prettiest thing, but it does its job. And I'm happy that it's, FFO'd. This is another one of those. This one's called, I think, Sunflower Street. So yeah, it's just finished as another stand-up. So that's fun. And then Honeybee Lane is the final one that I stitched at that series. So yeah, they stitched up super fast. It took me like a week, I think, to do all of them. And that was like with working, so that was pretty satisfying to start and finish something within like a day or two. So I think lately I've been getting like bogged down by some big projects, or just like having big projects and never getting a finish. So it's nice to have those little ones thrown in here and there. Let's see. I finished this into a pillow. This was the what's the Fat Quarter Shop Stitch Quarterly Summer pattern, stitched on 14 count navy Ada with the called for DMC. So I think I talked about this before. It's stitched up pretty quick, and then this is just the backing I got, and this orange like pom-pom trim came from Joann's. I hand sewed that on because it was a pain, because I tried to glue it and that didn't go very well, and I do not like hand sewing trim like that, but I think it turned out better. So if you follow me on Instagram, which is the same name, Mandy Means Stitches, you saw these finishes already. I posted them. And then one more stitching finish, which isn't done, but I think this is how I'm going to finish it. This is Pink Sparrow Sampler by With Thy Needle and Thread. This is a frame that came from Michael's. It was in like the clearance section. It's a custom frame, it cuts off the stitching a little bit, just barely on the border. And my husband says it's okay. Nobody that's not a stitcher nobody that doesn't stitch is going to notice. So just leave it. And I think that's what I'm going to do. I guess what I could do is, at least finish it and have it up, and then if it really, really bothers me that it's cutting off the stitching, I could find another frame at some point and redo it. But it's hard to beat an $8 custom frame, I think. Well, if you're a thrifty person, you probably can. I'm not very good at thrifting, but yeah, so I really like, looking at it here, I like it. Just don't know if I love it. I'd be curious what your thoughts are. And then I have one more non-cross-stitch finish. So I have an embroidery machine and an embroidery machine, and I dabble in that a little bit more than not enough, not as much as I should, considering price of the machine. But I stitched this out a couple weeks, so probably like close to a month ago, 2 months ago maybe. Can't see it great on the camera, I feel like, but it's an online. I think it came from either it's called urbanthreads.com or embroiderylibrary.com. It's just a cute like honeybee farm pattern that I stitched on this honeycomb fabric. I finished it into a pillow, just black fabric, and I again hand sewed some this is Dollar Tree yarn. They had some chenille yarn in the Dollar Tree, so I got white and black, and yeah, I thought I'd try it. It's thin, so I think it would have been better if it was a little thicker, but yeah, so that's some machine embroidery for you. And yeah, this I'll just put out probably on my touch somewhere. So yeah. That's it for the finishes, the FFOs, what have you. Okay, I have 2 WIPs. I kind of didn't really know what I felt like working on here lately, so I've mostly been stitching on, most of my time went into that calendar crates and the smalls that I showed you. And then I just pulled this out because I wanted to work on this one. This is called Where Flowers Bloom by Hands Across the Sea. I'm close to being done, actually. Sorry, I don't have the cover photo, it's a PDF pattern. I mean, I have about half the border. Now that's probably a quarter of the border done. Yeah, I think in Pattern Keeper, I'm like 52% complete. So yeah, it's getting close to done. I'll finish it soon if I keep working on it. I don't know, I've put several nights of stitching into it, so now I'm feeling a little burnt out by it. I stitched with the Call for DMC. I pulled out some of the colors that are done. And then last night I worked on this pattern because there was a prompt. Okay, Semi-Sane Stitchers is doing an event called It's Greek to Me for the Olympics. And so the event last night was to stitch on your oldest WIP. And so that's this one, Halloween Sampler by Cottage Garden Samplings. This is the first one. I think she came out with, I know there's 2 Christmas ones. I'm pretty sure there's another Halloween one. This is the first one. Oh, this, like I said, this is my oldest WIP. Started it in early 2020, I think, like March. It's stitched on 14 count parchment by Fabric Flare. And it's with the it's with the called for Gentle Arts, but the die lots have changed, so it doesn't look exactly like the cover photo. I'm looking at when the copyright date of that pattern is, but I mean, I think Gentle Arts is pretty known for their die lots changing. So the big letters are all done in, it's called Gentle Arts Blackboard, which on the cover photo has much more like purplish to it. And the little letters are with Raven, Gentle Arts Raven, which I guess that looks pretty similar, but they're very close in color. And then the called for this yellow is like orange marmalade, which the orange marmalade I have is orange, like orange. And on the picture, like the cover, that looks yellow. So I changed it to Ohio lemon pie. But yeah, I will finish this before Halloween this year, for sure. I'm going to make it a goal. I've said that multiple times, and that's going to happen. So there's that. And those are the only two like WIPs that I put time into the last 2 weeks to show you. The prompt for tonight for semi-sane is the WIP you stitch the fastest on, which I don't really have a WIP I stitch like faster on other than Ada stitching is faster than linen. Sometimes even like lower count linens like 28 and 32 I can stitch decently fast. Fill-in is definitely the fastest thing for me, but I don't think I have any projects that have a lot of fill-in. Doesn't really matter. It's cross stitch. I'll stitch on something tonight. Okay. So yeah, that's it. I guess I'll do haul first and then I'll do the WIP parade. Oh, and then I thought I'd show you like what quilt I might work on next, and maybe you could cheer me on. I have two different ones. I have a couple that are already cut out that are like patriotic. I actually don't have many that are like I've started the cutting process, but I haven't finished it. I have a lot that are like kitted up with the top fabric, but I haven't started cutting. And that's what these two are. So this is one of them that I think I might do. It's called Patchwork Jack by Pieced Just So. So I have a fat quarter bundle that has like cream, black, and this orange color that I thought I would use. Or I can do this one. This was a block of the month, I believe, like by It's So Emma, probably 2 years ago. I didn't actually do the block of the month, but they sold a different, so instead of these like creams and whites, they called it salt and pepper, because it's kind of black and gray and white. So I thought I might do this, start cutting up for this. I think, and this is calling to me a little bit more than that Patchwork Jack one is, just because it is. I don't know why. That Patchwork Jack one wouldn't take me that long to sew up because it's all just 5-inch squares sewn together. But I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what I do. I'm struggling lately with what to work on because I don't know. I feel like I have too many options and nothing is like really calling to me. And I don't know how to decide what to work on. So I don't know if you have recommendations for that, I'd love some. How you decide what you want to work on next. Okay, a little bit of haul, and then I'll do the WIP parade. So I placed an order with Shepherd's Bush, and I left it over there, except for these two patterns. I don't know why, but I got these two patterns because Melly Ellie Stitches talked about the Scarlet House pattern called Good Company. I like, it's old, it's copyright 2013, but I like the saying. It says, she lives on a hill overlooking the sea with only her dogs for good company. She doesn't need less, she doesn't need more than to hear the waves crash into the shore. It's just pretty, and I like that saying. Even if it doesn't apply to me right now, it would apply to me in old age, I think. It's mostly that she doesn't need less, she doesn't need more, which is true, but I have a lot, I feel like, and that's really been bothering me lately. I don't know. I feel like that's not a conversation for FFOs though. So yeah, that pattern I really like. I didn't kit it up or anything. I just got the pattern. It's called for, wow, she has Belle Soie. I might do the Belle Soies. I like Belle Soie. Those are expensive though. Belswa, DMC, Heirloom Gold, or Gentle Arts, Weeks, Dye Works, Press Colorworks. She offers a lot of conversions, like a lot of options, so that's kind of nice. It's really pretty. Probably some over one stitching. And then I also just randomly got this one, Autumn Factor. Probably because I've been in like a mood, I've been in the mood to stitch birds, even though I don't have any bird stitching. Like I kitted up several with birds and I haven't started any of them. So, but yeah, that one just appealed to me, Plum Street Samplers. And then Fat Quarter Shop had, they got in some Blackbird patterns, some more that I didn't have, so I just placed an order. I have all but like 2 of these stockings now, so this is November. And I plan to do these soon-ish. I like all those. And this is September. I think the only one I'm missing is December? I think I got January. I know I have February. I don't know. I don't remember. It doesn't really matter. I'm missing 1 month, and I can't remember which month it is. And then they just had these. This is the Loose Feathers series, All the Hills Echoed. I just thought this one was pretty with the blues, and it's not really like my decorating style, but this is from Garden Club series Garden Club series. This is number 8, The Rarest Flower. I have a couple of the Garden Clubs. I wouldn't stitch them all together, but I have a couple of them that I like. And then this is Loose Feather series for the Birds, number 8, The Summer Beaming Forth. I just thought that was pretty. And then again with the bird, The Last Ripe Berries. This is a Loose Feathers, right? Yeah, Loose Feathers series for the Birds, number 9. And then because most of the stockings are stitched on 30 count, I just got some 3 neutral 30 counts. This is ivory, this is lamb's wool, and just white. I figured I could dye them if I didn't like just the plain neutral color. And then, oh, actually part of the reason I placed that order is because they had a flash sale for these little buttons and these scissors. Again, from This is Fat Quarter Shop. I just like these scissors. They're good travel scissors. Not that I travel that much, but sorry. And then I participated in a Friday night fight night with Be Stitch Me, whenever her last one was. It wasn't yesterday. I don't think it was last week. I don't know, recently, within the last 2 weeks. And I got 2 fabrics. One is a 36 count linen, Not Another Sampler. That's the top one. And then the bottom one is Vanilla Latte 40 count linen. Both of them are fat quarters. So that kind of shows you the difference. So Not Another Sampler is a little more brown. The modeling is very pretty in both. And then I just wanted a large skein of this blue. It's called Bering Sea. This came in the Summer Solstice box. And I just really liked it. I have a pattern in mind that I'm going to stitch with that color. And then I recently, Color and Cotton opened up their Floss of the Month club. Yeah, Floss of the Month. And I signed up for, I guess, 10 all colors. I don't know what I signed up for. I got 5 of the brights and 5 of the prim. So these are them. This is Azure. Sorry, oh, I should have given you a warning. I kind of did. Look away if you didn't get this yet, but it came 2 weeks ago. This one's called Crimson. Macaw, that's a really pretty, like, variegation. Raincoat, it's a bright yellow raincoat. Nectarine, it's a pretty orange. And then this is the primitive colors. Ooh, pumpkin vines, it's a good green. Sepia, cherry wood, moonlight, and dolphin. These are pretty. So yeah, those are nice. That's it. It's on haul. Pretty good for me, considering I usually have a lot of haul. I know I joined the Fancy Floss Club, Fine Floss Club, what do they call it? Yeah, Fine Floss from Fat Quarter Shop. And then I placed another order. I just forgot what was in it. It's supposed to come on Monday, so maybe if I film next weekend, I'll show you. But I don't know, with the way I've been stitching lately, it's probably gonna have to go to every other weekend. So, plans, I don't have any set plans. I talked about them a little bit about like that quilt. Right now, like tonight, nothing is calling me to stitch on it, so that's kind of why I wanted to film and why I wanted to go through my fall projects and see. I've really been hesitant to start something new just because I want to get my WIP count down. I think it's at like 63 right now, which is outrageous. Yes, it's high. It's not as high as some people I know, but it's high enough that it's stressing me out. So, anyways, on to the WIP parade. I have no plans. Here's that. Okay, so this is called Good Company by Plum Street. This was an exclusive to Acorns and Threads. So I got it and they shipped it to me. It's kitted up with, looks like DMC and probably Weeks Dye Works or flosses, but that's a pretty cute, it's fallish to me. This one I got a while ago from Fat Quarter Shop as this kit, Pumpkin of Leaves by Bent Creek, and that's super cute. It's with the pearl cottons is how it's kitted up. And I did Candy Corn of Mischief, which is like more Halloween themed. Hopefully I'll finish that, FFO that for Halloween and can show you. This is a Madame Chantilly, just what's it called? Autumn. Season sampler autumn. So she's got every season. And I think I have every season, but this was the first one I kitted up. Which this probably would stitch up pretty quick. It's small. Smallish. Maybe not. 248 by 58. It's long, but it's not too tall. This is a Corey Batacore Autumn in Cup. I would not stitch this all as one. I would pull the separate cups out. And I bet if I stitched these all on little pillows, that would be pretty cute actually, and turned them into a pillow. I don't know, I just really liked the colors. And the cups are like ornate and unique. I kitted it with the DMC. This is another Corey Batacore Shabby Autumn Calendar. This thing's huge, huge. I don't think I'd put the, I might put the days, I don't know. I'm stitching it on a Be Stitch Me Toast, an 18 count, probably one. I think I missed a 1/1, one strand of thread over one. That's as far as I got. This was just a random start last year with the DMC. I think it's all of them. I really like that. I really like the colors, but it's not going to get done this year. Next. Well, this isn't really fall. I guess it's kind of fall. Turkey Bay by Plum Street. It's on a 28 count China Pearl, I think. That's my progress. I have the fancy floss called for Fancy Floss. I have this Fall into Autumn by Jeanette Douglas. I don't have fabric pulled for it, but I have the floss. I would need to be on a linen or even weave because it's got specialty stitches. This is Autumn by Little House Needleworks. Should probably stitch up pretty quick actually, because it comes with the bell swa, and then this is like a 28 count something wheat maybe. I don't have a lot of WIPs actually. I feel like I'm missing some. This is kind of haul. I got this pattern recently, pumpkin picking, what's it called? Back up the truck, pumpkin picking day. I kitted it with the fancy floss, and that's 14 count chalkboard black. And then I'm in the Calendar Crates Club from Backorder Shop. So we got the September crate. Sweet. Okay. This is a WIP. Autumn Blessings. I want to finish this one this year too. I might actually work on this one tonight. It's kind of calling me. This is my progress 16 count ivory Ada with, looks like the called for, probably similar fancy floss. I think that's what I'm going to stitch on tonight actually. I don't have the cover photo of this. This is called Autumn Typography. It's by Pine Mountain Designs. Kimberly Jolly did a color conversion, and that's what this is. With this is, what is this? 28 count water lily. So I started it last year. I think I started it because she was doing it in like stitched over. It's just a bunch of words. That would stitch up pretty quick. This is a Carolyn Manning Designs called Autumn Meditation. I'm going to work on this next month for an event in Semi-Sane Stitchers. These are the floss. It's like a mandala type. This is 28 count lemon. Looks like a Lugana by Be Stitch Me. So it's a mandala type, but it's about that big. Actually, this is the farthest out it goes, I think. So that I should be able to finish next month. My plans next month, if I can stick to it, because Semi-Sane is having an event called Uno, and so basically you have 4 WIPs that you pick, and each day a card is picked or something, and I don't remember the rules. I'd have to go back and look it up, but I basically picked 4 projects that I'd like to make a lot of progress on. Well, 2 of them are big ones that they're all like single thread or mandala type. This is another WIP. Hands-on design. Let's talk autumn. This is probably 16 count chalkboard black. I think that's the top, and I think that's as far down as it goes. Nope, there's a couple leaves down here with the called for DMCs. It's a really pretty color palette. I should pull that out and work on that more, because that's like a day or 2 before, which isn't a lot. Couple more. Patchwork Crow by Heart and Hand. I don't know the name of this fabric. This is, I think it's with the similar colors of what's that called? Fancy Floss. I can't remember the name of this fabric though. Ooh, this would probably be a good fill-in project. Yeah, that's as far as I got. This is a Bestitch Me fabric. It's 28, or it's 32 count Lugana. I do not remember the name. I have it written down somewhere. A couple more. This is a Scarlet House. I kitted this up in 2020 to Stitch for Mania. Scarlet House Penny Pumpkin. I thought about stitching it without the border, like the penny, what do they call that? Penny border. But I kind of like the border, so I don't know. I haven't started it, but this is, I think this is a Joann's linen that I pulled, and whew, that can't be all the colors. Does not seem right. Some of the colors anyway. It might be all the colors. I don't know. Probably gonna have to go back and reevaluate that one. Calls for Gentle Arts or DMC. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, last one. This is called Autumn Gifts by Plum Street. I plan to stitch it on Buttercream Fiberlicious. This is a 36 count linen. And looks like I pulled colors from my stash. Sorry, that's just a hodgepodge of colors. But yeah, I wrote down what they were for. Like what colors goes to what. Yeah, but it doesn't look like it's any of the called for. Anyway, that's it. 37 minutes, not bad. My back is hurting as I'm sitting on the floor. So yeah, I don't know if I'll film next week. I'll have to see how things go this week. I work every day, so I'll probably be kind of tired and recovering over the weekend. But yeah, I hope you liked what you saw. If you did, I'd love it if you subscribed and left me a comment. I would, what was I going to say? Opinions on that frame, on what would you do for this? Would you scrap it and find another frame? Or, yeah, just curious, what would you do? I love your opinion. Yeah, thanks for tuning in. I hope you have a good weekend and have happy time stitching. Bye.